Everyone circle / choke me. I like it, please. And let me know how the sound ratio is here. Give them a little bit of a countdown. I let them know I am ready. I am cropped. We're going to take Link 7's audio. And yeah, welcome. Welcome to the Buzz Thunder decided to switch streams. Switch, what just happened there? Buzz became, wait. Buzz became Link. And that's not good. Oh, is that because I minimized Buzz? Buzz went down. That's why. Buzz's stream went offline. Classic Buzz. Which brand, Duster? Because I know there's a couple brands. There's a brand called Deli, New York Deli, I guess it's called. And they're pretty good, but I find it hard to find. And then there's like a dirty brand. I think it's just called Dirty Potato Chips has one. There used to be this Crunchers, I think was a brand that had one. Okay, I'm gonna have to recrop Buzz here because his stream went down. Hopefully that doesn't mess up everything else. This is how the professionals do it. On the fly. Look at that. So I gotta hope that Coach's stream and Link's stream are independent there, because they're both on the same screen, but I'm not exactly sure if it works or not. All right, official welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the off-season race here between Coach Crab, Link 7's Buzz Thunder. This is most definitely a penis contest, where Buzz Thunder wants to see if he can beat everyone in 4 games, all the 4 games we've played in the SHI tournament, back to back. Coach Crab is along for the ride, and Link 7's is doing it for fun. So bust out your measuring sticks. We're starting here with Rollergames. Most important thing we do here is make sure we select the right team. Link 7 selects the wrong team. He choked me, I likes it. And we're going to have to go ahead and reset and wait for this screen to roll. I don't know what Coach Crab is doing. Coach Crab is taking a nap. And Buzz is buffering, because that's what Buzz does. So this race is off to a fantastic start. Link 7's has created or selected the correct player. Coach is kind of just staring up at the screen. He doesn't even know what's going on. Just kind of chilling out. Doesn't know what he's doing. He's actively chatting here. Oh, well, he just jumped and hit start, so here we go. And this was the Season 1 edition of the SHI tournament, the Seriously Hardcore Invitational Tournament. Let me give you some facts here. This is Stage 1-1. It's a beat-em-up. It has checkpoints in it. There are bosses. There are 6 different levels to progress on. It was loosely based off of the TV show at the time, the American Gladiators-like TV show, like a scripted kind of sports show. also named Rollergames, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I have a magazine here. Rollergames first edition magazine. Mr. Mean, Harold Jackson's on the cover, by the way. So we notice all three players doing after Link's mess up was select the Hot Flash. The Hot Flash is the fastest character in the game. You most definitely want to use them on every single screen. You may see a runner or two opt for a different person in stage 5-1. Because there is a section of this dubbed the Cliffs of Insanity, which is harder to do as the Hot Flash because it's more precise. And not only are the jumps precise, but landing in certain areas will dictate where you can take off from in other areas. So it's very tricky. You can get a good rhythm down, but it's never been consistent for anybody. I believe, and not the humble brag here, choke me, I like it. I believe I have been the only person to consistently do the Hot Flash on the cliffs without doing wall buffers, or stopping, or such like that. Link 7's takes a death here. This is 1-2. This is the stage where we caught Buzz Thunder in a lie when he said he's playing this game blind, and he lined up all those jumps that Link 7's just did perfectly the first time. And here we go. Buzz Thunder's on to stage 2. This stage features rhythm punches. You gotta punch to beat the music. Coach Crab and Link 7's are on the final boss. Coach Crab, despite his rain delay-like start, has passed Link 7's. Link 7's is fighting the Monster Man, Bernie Jackson, of the Bad Attitude. And here comes the captain, the manager of the team, Ms. Georgia Haas. One jump kick right to the face. Every stage, every checkpoint, you get 3 supers to use. But you can only use the supers or fight or when there are enemies on the screen. I believe that was a BGT original. I believe that was the first thing done in this tournament that actually was socially accepted by everybody. But you can see stage 2 and stage 4 are both auto-scrollers. Basically the same premise. Just avoid the pits and that's it. Early on in the tournament, you had to also watch out for your health on this stage. Because it was very easy to chip away at your health, and then you arrive at this helicopter, don't remember the pattern or what it does, when or where to jump, and you can see Buzz Thunder takes 2 bops there. So very, very difficult. And to give you a little brief history here, during this season, Link 7's and Coach Crab were actually both 3-0 in group stages. They were both in different groups, obviously. Link 7's beat Joshy D. He beat Buzz Thunder in group play. And he beat Bent Glass Tube. Link 7's probably averaged around 17 to 18 minutes per run. His lowest time was 16:13. His highest time was 20 minutes and 30 seconds. But that didn't compare to BGT's 61 minutes and 51 seconds in that. Buzz Thunder's off to the 3rd stage here. It's a nice little maze-like stage. You also had to remember how to time those oil pits. Buzz Thunder it's kind of sloppy here for a guy who keeps trying to race everybody in this game. Remember, Buzz only challenges people to races that he thinks he can win in his mind. So that's why everyone's rooting against him in chat. Everyone throw up your choke finger if you're against Buzz Thunder in chat, please. He's going to make his way over to stage 3-2 here shortly. As soon as he goes through, he's got to hit these guys, but a couple supers will do the trick. He doesn't line up the supers correctly. I believe there's 5 enemies here, and that is 1 more, and there we go. So stage 3-2 has an interesting history here. It was one of the early run killers of the tournament, nicknamed stage 3- nicknamed BG3-2 because Bent Glass Tube spent 3.5 hours on this stage one night. Has some awkward jumps. You can't really necessarily go fast on this stage or you're going to walk into the waterfalls, the sewers. See how Coach Crab does. He gets hit by the first one. It's almost timed where it's going to hit you if you continuously press right, and you're almost guaranteed to hit at least one of them. But we got some awkward jumps coming up here. Buzz is on the checkpoint mini. Well, not really a checkpoint, but just the it's a little fight in the middle of the screen. I like how it lines you up on the bottom of the screen, and then you start moving right, and there's nowhere to go from there. I'm sure we all have jumped in the water the first time we did that. We got these awkward sideways jumps. I still think Joshy D doesn't know how to jump over them. Wall buffer there by Buzz Thunder. And a couple more jumps here, and he'll be on to the boss of this stage. And this is the, well, it's first you fight Little Richard. And then you go ahead and fight the manager of the Maniacs, Guru Drew. You can trap Guru Drew in the corner there. Or if you're Joshy D, you just walk up to him and just start punching him in the face and die a few times. And never learn that strategy. Link is at the checkpoint. Coach Crab is at the boss fight. Now, Coach Crab was the winner of this season. In those races, he didn't wait 10 minutes first before he went. He actually just went. Link Sevens was also the runner-up, I believe. I believe Coach Crab defeated Link Sevens in the final. Link Sevens beat Buzz Thunder in the first round. Coach Crab beat Dig Shake. I think I got that wrong. I think Link Sevens beat Dig Shake. Let me look at the brackets here. Link Sevens beat Dig Shake, and Coach Crab beat Buzz Thunder in the semifinals. And then Coach Crab beat Link Sevens in the finals. Coach Crab, 16 minutes, 17 seconds. Link 7, 16 minutes, 54 seconds. Link 7 takes a death there. And he's got to do this whole stage over again. Both Buzz and Coach are on stage 4. It is an auto-scroller. And it is another revelation as you're trying to practice this game. Where, well, you'll see it on Buzz's screen soon. Everyone chanted along with me if you know the lyrics. BGT, thank you very much, man. So in Coach Crab's 3-0 run, he defeated Choke Me I Like It, he defeated Angry Larry, and he defeated Dig Shake, averaging about 15 minutes and 45 seconds to 16 minutes in his run. Nobody came close to his time in the 3 races he did. Oh, the Dig Shake came within 45 seconds. And there it is, Truck. I'm sure eventually I would BGT. I think it has to accumulate, and then you have to wait 4 months after it hits a certain amount. So did Buzz die as I was looking up stats here? Because Coach is on the truck. And Buzz Thunder's not. And Coach Crab started handicapped himself, and now he's in the lead. Buzz Thunder in group play, by the way, in this tournament, beat BGT, lost to Link Sevens, and beat Joshy D. So his only 2 wins to get into the winner's bracket were against perennial ultimate losers, Bent Glass Tube and Joshy D. And just a little fun trivia fact here. Buzz Thunder and Link Sevens are the only 2 players to make the winner's bracket in all 4 games. Link Sevens is having a tough time there on stage 3.2. If you know Link Sevens is a good guy. He's very calm, mild-mannered. Then I watched him play the Big 20 race, the most recent Big 20 race, and he got up to the cliffhanger game. And I had the stream on in the background. Like, I was just listening to him, watching occasionally. I don't know if I was working on the layout or something. And then he gets to cliffhanger, and he just starts dropping F-bombs. You couldn't see a saltier person than Link Sevens was playing Cliffhanger. And now I can just imagine him playing this game. We're using his audio, and thankfully his mic is not on. There's a character change right there. Buzz Thunder's going for his traditional use the rockers. Coach Crab is going with the hot flash, and here's our first look at the Cliffs of Insanity. Coach Crab has to go all the way back to the beginning of the stage. Buzz Thunder is using the rockers. Rockers moves a little bit slower than Hot Flash. Kind of think of Hot Flash as the fastest but weakest. T-Birds is the slowest but strongest. Rockers is like just right. You know, it's like baby bear, whatever. Porridge is just the right temperature, and the bed is just the right amount of firmness on the sleep number scale. Now Buzz is going to make his way over to the Cliff's Insanity with the rockers, and we'll see how it works. We got BGT Facts in stream. BGT Fact Bot has been activated. Here's Buzz Thunder's attempt at the Cliffs of Insanity with the rockers. Again, going very slow. Not dangerous at all. Releases the D-pad a little bit to slow down, and we move on. And that's a door you go in. You don't jump off. You don't take a leap of faith off the side of that. I believe more than half of us did that at one point. So Coach, the lead gets taken from Coach there on Coach's death. And he's got to go back to this stage. Now, here's the debate that we've had within the tournament. And this Coach, attempt number 2 on the Cliffs of Insanity here. Looks like he made the worst part here. Now he's just got to be careful and just doesn't get the jump off. Had no momentum. And he's going to go back to the beginning of the stage. The debate was Buzz doesn't take the intentional death and game over to get back to the hot flash. So if somebody took the game over and took the hot flash, or just did the whole stage with the rockers, what would the time loss actually be? I think the closest we got to that one time was a race between Link Sevens and Buzz, where Link kept the hot flash, Buzz kept the rockers on that stage, and Link just flew by him. But Buzz is going to set these enemies up on the side there and face the boss of this stage, stage 5. It is Chuck the Skull. Typical 90s bad guy with the mustache beard thing going. Bald head. Sunglasses, cigar, leather jacket. Like, very typical. Coach is going to make his way to the third. So each of our runners here is on a different stage. Link Sevens is on stage 4. Coach Crab is on stage 5-1, and Buzz is going to be going into stage 6 right about now. So Link had a little bit of problem in 3-2 and took a few deaths, and he went backwards. And Buzz is on stage 6-1. 6-1 is just a maze stage to go around. 6-2 is the other problematic and probably the most problematic of the stages that we've had. Even though the Cliffs of Insanity is tough, you can kind of get around the Cliffs of Insanity by either brute force or changing characters. You see Coach Crab just got it through brute force. But 6-2 has some tricky jumps and with conveyor belts and stuff and wall lasers. And it was the turning point of a lot more races than the Cliffs of Insanity, where I'll tell you that. So Link also opts to just keep the hot flash. And Coach is on the last part of 5-2. Link Sevens is getting the last part of 5-1. And JoJo brings up a good point. Buzz's internet hasn't really buffered too much. He is probably playing a video. So he got through the first little part of 6-2 relatively easy. 6-2 has a tricky jump. That short conveyor belt. For sure. Buzz for a second there had 2 hot flash chicks on the screen at one time. Link Sevens takes a death in the Cliffs of Insanity. By the way, if you're wondering her name, it is the Sly Fox, Vicky McEwen. She wore number 1. The rocker is the California Kid, Michael Flanagan, and the T-Bird is the Icebox, Robert Smith. He used to hit people with the deep freeze. It's a big splash, and then he rolls over on his back, and he just shakes. And his shirt comes up, his belly comes out. It's, you know, it was a lot of fun. Kids loved it. Buzz is a couple more jumps away here from the final checkpoint, final level, and the first to move on to the next game, which will be Wacky Races. I would argue Vicky McEwen wasn't even the hottest chick on the team, but she had the pink hair. She dyed her hair pink, or they had her dye her hair pink, so it was more notable. I was definitely a terrific Tammy Hansen person myself. And in fact, in the Rollergames arcade game that Sandpeelin played on stream one time, by the way, twitch.tv/Sandpeelin, he's starting to stream lately. First time. The end credits, Link 7 takes another death in Cliffs of Insanity. The end credits switch up the nicknames for Sly Fox, Vicky McEwen, who's called Tricky in the game because that was her old roller derby name, and terrific Tammy Hansen. So there's a Rollergames trivia fact for you from the arcade game. I know there's no barriers in my Rollergames knowledge. I'll tell you that right now. So final boss of the game, Buzz Thunder's on him right now. This is the Diaper Genie. Very tricky to fight the first few times. In fact, Buzz Thunder spent 2.5 hours on this guy one time. And it was the first time I've ever seen BGT salty. So you want to get him when he does his somersault kick, when he lands from behind. You just drop kick him, and then you can special into him after that. And then you can possibly drop kick him again. You can get a triple hit there. See if Coach Crab makes it across, and he does, and he's going to be on 6-3. So Link 7s is still trying to conquer the Cliffs of Insanity here. We're at the 17.5-minute mark, which is certainly not up to form. Buzz is on to Wacky Races now. He's just going to start right up. There was no... we don't have a buffer in between games. I told everyone just go right to it. And here you go. Season 2 of the SHI tournament was Wacky Races. It was won by Buzz Thunder. Ultimate loser was Joshy D, and Buzz Thunder sported the best time of 20 minutes and 13 seconds. Buzz went 3-0 in the group stage. He defeated Angry Larry by forfeit because Angry Larry was projectile vomiting all day. He also defeated Joshy D and Coach Crab, who basically didn't even practice at all during that tournament. Link 7s was 3-0 in his division, making him 6-0 in group play for the first 2 seasons. He gets through the Cliffs of Insanity, but then takes a bath there, and he's just going to game over, save himself a little bit of, get a few more lives there. Link 7s defeated Dig Shake, Bent Glass Tube, and Choke Me I Like It in the group stage. Looks like Link 7's best time was 21:34. Everything was 21:34, 43, 46, so very consistent for Link 7's. Coach Crab moves on to Wacky Races, and Link 7's is taking the Joshy D angle jumps off to the platforms, and he's not doing it. He's not doing well. So you gotta think that as soon as Link 7's gets out of this stage, he'll be all right. Buzz's best time in Wacky Races in the group stage was only 21:21. So it was, for a while we thought that, well, it was only 21:21, which was faster than Link 7's, but he had a couple 24s in there, so we basically thought that this was Link 7's game to race. When we got to the tournament stage, however, Link 7's defeated myself in the first round. He threw up his best time at a tournament, 20 minutes and 47 seconds. But then Buzz Thunder smoked Dig Shake and Link 7's with a 20:39, 20:13. So 21 minutes seems to be about a good time to get through this race. As Buzz is on stage 2. Coach is early stage 2 as well. So who beat Joshy D in the Ultimate Loser game? Well, that was Coach Crab. Coach Crab almost went worst to first. Coach Crab lost all 3 of his group stage matches. He lost to me. He lost to Buzz Thunder. I'm sorry, he defeated Joshy D. Joshy D threw the end of that race. And Coach Crab came from behind and won. But then in the losers semifinals, Coach Crab lost to somebody. Is it Bent Glass Tube? I think it was Bent Glass Tube and Choke Me. No, because Joshy D and Bent Glass Tube had the race. So I think Choke Me I Like It beat Coach Crab. And then I would have to look that one up. I'm not prepared for that one because we used Challenge website for that season and we didn't do a loser's bracket. Buzz is almost at the boss of stage 2, the army surplus. He's having a little bit problem here. He's down to 1 heart, but he's going to grab that bone. He's going to fill up. So the mechanic of this game were bones were currency. And if you see the icon, the 4 tiles on the bottom, whenever you got a bone, it would increment. And you can spend it on whatever you want. Spending it on the bomb, which costs 1 bone. And the hover, the flight, is the 3rd bone. Were preferred. They stay with you stage to stage. And also their hearts in that 4th bone slot. You start with 3 heart containers. Every time you select a heart or spend your currency on the heart, you get another heart container up to a maximum of 6. And it's a free refill. Well, not a free refill, but it's a full refill thereafter. Link 7's had trouble with the boss and has to start this whole stage over again. Coach is on his way to the army surplus now. And Buzz is in stage 3. So if I remember correctly, there were 11 stages in this game. Or, I'm sorry, 10 stages in the game. 3, 3, and then 4. You can do them in any order. And when I say any order, it's a block of 3, block of 3, block of 4. Call them A, B, and C. And you can do those in any order. There were a couple races during the tournament where somebody accidentally selected the wrong one to start. It is a little bit tougher, but not much tougher. Some of the ones you can start early. You can start the C block early. You're at a little bit of a disadvantage because you don't have the bomb. You don't have the flight early. And it takes a little bit of work to get them. But one's not so much harder than the other, and you don't really benefit from doing one over the other. Because your power is basically the same the whole game. It's not like it's easier to beat the first boss than the last boss. It still takes as many hits as it takes. Link 7's is finally done with stage 5, and he's on to stage 6. He's going to have to come from behind here. Buzz is fighting the Buzzwagon. Stack Overflow, if you're having trouble seeing the chat, it is quite possible that you need to scroll because the new Twitch layout is preventing scrolling. It could be quite possible that these chat participants have fell asleep because this level of competition and the runners included are boring the hell out of them. I myself, I have to keep talking or I will fall asleep. But yes, if anybody in chat is having trouble seeing chat in any channel you're in, there's probably a possibility that you scrolled the chat and it's not auto-scrolling anymore, so. If anyone has any good memories, fond memories of this tournament, any game, please let me know. Whether you raced in it or whether you were watching them and there were some iconic moments that you enjoyed. I'll try to share some of mine. All right, Link 7's is going to go conveyor belt jumping here in 6-2. Coach Crab is on the 2nd form of the 3rd boss. And Buzz is on the 1st stage of the 2nd block. Yeah, Zelda 2 had plenty of good moments, but the SHI tournament also had its fair share of good moments. Pause. I don't know if you were here to start this race, but I was going to make fun of that because that was a Choke Me I Like It thing, and I think he did it twice in the same tournament. I was going to make fun of that, and then Link 7 selected the wrong person, and I don't think it was on purpose. And he misses the jump there as well. Link 7 is having a hell of a time in Rollergames right now. And this is a game he went to the finals for. So, BGT definitely had menu problems with Wacky Races as well. But Choke Me I Like It was the king of the menu in roller games. Yeah. BG 3-2, yeah, that was probably the first time I made fun of BGT to his face. Was calling him that. There was a dead heat in the final of the Penguin game, yeah. Both Coach Crab and Buzz Thunder were in the finals, and they had to redo it. By the way, all 4 finals featured these 3 players. Link Sevens and Coach Crab were in the finals of Roller Games. Buzz Thunder and Link Sevens were in the finals of Wacky Races. Buzz Thunder and Coach Crab were in the finals of both Panic Restaurant and Yume Penguin. Is that right? That's off of memory. But I will double check my finals here for Buzz Thunder and Coach Crab were the finals of Panic Restaurant. Yeah, so. Yeah, this race is probably everyone's most fondest moment of this tournament. This is a non-tournament race. Special, never before done medley of all the races we've run in the first 4 seasons. It's kind of like the kickoff to Season 5, which starts technically on Monday, with the selection show being on Sunday. Wacky Races was the last tournament to feature only 8 players, though. We double our field in Season 3, and we created 2 separate brackets, the elites, the upper deckers, and then the cesspool, the garbage players. And we have a system of promotion and relegation we call sinkers and floaters. And we have some fun with it. I believe every sinker has threatened to quit the tournament so far. Bus is on the Pat Pending boss. This is a fun boss because it's all your bosses have predictable patterns. That's what this game is, really. Knowing when to jump, where to jump. But then the bosses are just, there's no RNG in this game whatsoever. I believe we've confirmed that. Or there was like one place where there could be RNG. And it's escaping my mind right now. But it was fun to fight this boss. And there's another boss later on, like the Arkansas Chugabug. Because it just felt like a fun fight, like jumping to a specific area, timing the shot, jumping to another area, timing the shot, stuff like that. Well, CF, we decided we wanted BGT and Joshy D in the tournament because neither Dig Shake, who also helped create this tournament, or myself really wanted to lose games or be the worst person in the tournament. So that was the choice. Link 7's finally done with roller games. He's on the Wacky Races. He's got a lot of ground to catch up. He's on A1. Everyone else is on B3. Everyone else is on B3. This Candyland board here that Buzz Thunder's on, that was basically the hardest part in the game, I think. Your Cliffs of Insanity. You see it on Coach Crab's screen. Maybe I'll draw our attention here. There's going to be a jump coming up for Coach Crab, which is right about here, where that thing is coming as you're trying to jump, so you have to time the bomb. And he's going to lower path, and the lower path, you have tendency to hit your head on the ceiling and drop down. There are just many tricky jumps here in this stage where something's flying at you as you're trying to jump at the same time. And with the inherent lag in the game, it's not really easy to throw the bomb as you're moving. You have to throw it kind of before you want to really throw it. Like that. Because of the arc, because of the lag, because of, the way it winds up. It's really tricky. Yeah, by the way, we're always looking for players because it seems like when we expanded to 16 instead of 8, more people are likely to leave the tournament. So we're always looking for people to throw on the wait list who actually do want to participate and would enjoy doing this. Or at least I consider this tournament a good source of content for anybody's stream who wants to run games. Coach Crab takes the death there. This stage in general, I think, cost Coach Crab a race at one particular time. And it might have been in the race against Choke Me I Like It. You know, for anybody who is interested, it is, you know, I encourage people to practice on stream. For those who look for a reason to stream, want to stream something different. You have your tournament races and such. So it's a lot of fun. There's a little community for it. It's a lot of good stuff. So one of my favorite memories of this game in particular was a race between Dig Shake and Choke Me I Like It. And I was restreaming that race when my ISP decided to just, you know, turn itself off for maintenance. It's like, oh yeah, it's 1 p.m. Won't notify anybody, you know. I don't know how they would even notify me. And they just like, nope. Your internet's going to be down for 5 hours. So then I look up and, you know, finally wake up in the morning, check my internet, and it's back. And I go to look, and it just seems that, okay, so I have to save both their streams and I have to redo the race. So I start redoing the race before I even know who won. I sync up both the streams and I start recording it like it's live, but I'm not doing commentary. And what happened was, at the end of the race, Choke Me I Like It got to the boss first, the final boss first, and proceeded to die. Then Dig Shake died to the boss. And then Choke Me I Like It died to the boss, and then Dig Shake finally won. But the more interesting part of that race was in syncing up the streams, both players were just giving me audio only, so you really couldn't hear anybody. So it was just pure game music. My stream was down, so you couldn't hear Buzz Thunder, who was doing the commentary with me. But he was continuing to talk like it was happening. So as soon as the race was over, Dig Shake goes into Discord where Buzz was. And the only thing you hear is Buzz saying, wow. And it was just so fitting that I left the game without audio. Game audio only. And like the only part of audio in that is Buzz going wow at the end. And then I cut the recording. But yeah, Buzz Thunder's internet went all Buzz Thunder just now. So when this happens during the race, especially in seasons 1 and 2, he would be done with the game. And that's it. He'd be done, and he'd be in Discord wanting to chat about it. Everyone remind me, who wanted Buzz to lose? Put up your choke finger if you want Buzz to lose. Yeah, Choke Me I Like It was pretty mad for a while. Especially when people wouldn't let him forget it. Stack Overflow, we're doing Tiny Toon Adventure, and I saw your question from before as well. I'll answer that in a little while. Well, we're doing we're full for season 5. It is Tiny Toon Adventures, but for anybody who is signing up, the game is blind. We only reveal it a week before the tournament actually starts. So anybody signing up will not be known in advance. The game will not be known in advance. We actually want to keep it. We don't want people to join based on the game. We want to keep it nice and secretive to everybody. So what happens in this tournament is specific milestones are rewarded with like a nomination for a game. And you win the tournament. Like it changes it's been changing every tournament, every season because of, experimentation. But winning the tournament, like, ascending from the lower bracket, from the cesspool, if you float to the upper deck, and then like a pick at random from everybody else who doesn't have a pick. They get to nominate a game for next season, and then everybody else who was already in the tournament, not anybody new, will then vote on the game. And what happens is normally somebody watches a video on YouTube, votes on it. BGT is not a knock on you. This happened plenty of times already. Somebody will just watch the games on YouTube for 20 seconds and decide they're going to pick that game. And then they start playing it, and it's a piece of garbage. We don't... despite the acronym, we're not picking games that are terrible. Our goal is to pick games that are lesser run. So we're not going to do a Super Mario Brothers tournament. We're not going to do, you know, a Zelda 2 tournament. We're not going to do anything where anybody in the tournament has a distinct advantage to. You know, if there's, you know, a world record to be found, we're not running Demon Sword because Dig Shake has a world record, or Power Glove, Link 7's has a world record. We find games like this, like Wacky Races, Rollergames, and such. But how can you sign up, Stack Overflow? Well, you just gave me your name in chat, so I'll throw you on the list, and it'll be a while before the next season starts. Link 7's takes a bath there, though. And what happened to Buzz's stream? Let's see if I can kind of refresh this here. Let's see if he's even online anymore. He's online, but it's dead. Oh, nope. There he is. He's in the paddy wagon fight. But his stream is garbage. And we'll see if it recovers here. Edge brings up a good point. That is a very interesting stream to freeze on. Yeah, so this Season 5 starts Sunday, or technically Monday. And since Thanksgiving is around and then the holidays thereafter at the end of December, this is definitely the last season of the year. And then the next one's probably going to start mid to late January, so. Intensive verification process. I think your name was on the whitelist where me and Dig Shake go, hey, how about these guys? I think your name was on that list. So if we made you go through the ringer, that was all for show. But, hey, listen, as more and more people drop out of the tournament, we have a greater need for more people to fill the void so it can still properly run without decimating the format there is. Yeah, and we thank you for filling out all that information here. Hope the bill that was sent to your house was a nice welcome surprise. Yeah, I don't know where Buzz is. And it wouldn't be too much of a surprise for Buzz Thunder to win a race and there be no record of it. That'd be just like the ultimate callback to seasons 1 and 2. Hey, Coach, Choke, what games were those where Buzz set PBs and each and every time the stream went off before that happened? Yeah, his internet's so bad that Streamlink is not even picking him up. All right, Starbird, that'd be awesome. So just so you guys know, I'll just reiterate it, the point, or the format. I said it before, but maybe a little bit too early where you guys weren't around. The format is basically 8 players to a group, or 8 players to a bracket, whatever you want to call it. 8 players to a division, 4 players to a group. Everyone in the group plays each other once, so there's 3 matches in group play. And you have 2 weeks, normally 2 weeks. I think I'm going to extend it to 3 weeks to play 3 matches. So everyone will have proper time to play their races and schedule them accordingly. You don't have to do 1 a week. You don't have to do them all on the first day. I prefer you didn't do them all on the last day. And then there's, narrows it down to the final 4, where it's, semifinals the next week, finals the week after. Coach is on the last boss here of the game. It's Captain Caveman and Son. So it's basically 5 races in 5 weeks. 4 to 5 weeks. We do little gimmicky stuff as well, since we expanded to 16 players and 8 per division. Buzz is on Panic Restaurant. Well, I'd never know that. And I'm very gun-shy here to kill his stream and try to bring it back up. I don't know how to properly redo this. This is like 2 minutes ago, Buzz. I don't know how to get back to live. And we'll watch Buzz do this fight, and then I'm gonna redo it. And then I'll talk a little bit about Panic Restaurant here. What are the more frustrating games? Yume was more frustrating. I think Panic Restaurant was more disappointing than anything. Like, it felt like it wanted to be a good game, but it had a lot of issues with it. It felt slow at times. It was one point it's unforgiving if you do take a game over. Because you see, you start with only 2 hearts. I'm going to take this time to kill Buzz's stream here. And, hey, look, we got bonus coach. Let me see if I can get Buzz back. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to describe it. It was, like, almost good. But a huge pile of crap. Like, it had great elements to it. But it just played so slow. Oh my god, that was so loud. Sorry about that. Hit me with it. Remember that moment I played 2 games in 2 days, deathly sick? I'm almost done here with the 3rd recrop of Buzz Thunderstream I've done this race so far. I'm going to bring this over, but don't worry, I'm going to fix the green on the edges. Just want to give you guys an opportunity to watch Buzz do the fight there, toaster fight. There we go. Oh, that was the finals, I think, of Panic Restaurant, where Coach Crab had the worst layout ever recorded in the history of layouts. All right, we're moved on to our 3rd game here. Oh, yeah, Asum, I'm sorry. I did see your question before. And I didn't answer it because I'm an idiot. Super Spike V-Ball, no, Super Dodgeball was nominated, but it was outvoted for Panic Restaurant. So the only limitations on the games we play are, 1, they have to be accessible by everybody. That means if anybody has to do like crazy emulation just to get the game to work, and it doesn't work with all things, and you need .NET 7.5 to run or whatever, you know, probably not gonna play it. Accept it as a nomination. 2, it can't be a game that the person nominating is known for, has raced before, has a time for, kind of thing. It has to be blind. We want to keep it as blind as possible, but with some runners doing Big 20, like Link 7s, or runners like JSR or Random Effect that practice for Big 20, it's not always possible, but we try to do the best we can with that. And we try to keep it to like the main early console systems, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, even Game Boy would be acceptable. But nothing, again, nothing like a PlayStation emulation where if you don't own the game system, then there's no good way to emulate it. JSR is doing Panic Restaurant at AGDQ in January. He's also doing JSR as part of the SHI tournament. He's going to do it there. So, yeah, that's... We don't really try to focus on platformers, but I guess they make the best speed gaming races. You know, so... And there's a ton of them out there, so it's hard not to pick them. But, yeah, Link 7's nominated Super Dodgeball. So it's not like we only accept platformers. Like, we'll accept anything, and it's up to everybody in the tournament to decide what they want to play. See... Coach Crab, I don't know if he did the toaster skip there, but there's a skip where you can take a damage boost there, and it's the one time in the game where you can do something to benefit yourself. Buzz Thunder's on the most unrealistic boss ever in video games, Willy Walk. And he's a jerk, and he could, you know, it's pure RNG with the shrimp falling from the ceilings. So we went from a game like Wacky Races that had 0 RNG to a game like this where it also had 0 RNG, except for the walk boss and like one other part in the game. Before, when I was talking about Wacky Races having RNG and like in certain spots, it was this game that I was thinking of. JSR in his race against Nirm, where my internet also cut out. And I have good internet too, and it cut out twice in 2 good races. He did a skip in that level, in that toaster level, prior to the toaster skip, where he went into the mini game. There's a catch the fish, catch the egg kind of mini game scattered about this game that has no purpose whatsoever except extra points. JSR went into it, catch the egg, and if you catch a rotten egg, the round is over, and he got the egg in the first try or second try, and it skips you to the end of the level. So he went into that mini game, through the mini game, and that was the only time that was done in the tournament, and it brought him right to the end of the level. So, yeah, Asim, it's you know, I'm terrible at it as well, and I don't find, like, I'm not a speedrunner. I'm a guy who enjoys watching it for sure. I'm more of a randomizer person, where every time I play the game, it's different, even though it's at the core the same game. But it's tough to practice the game enough to get competitive at it. And you can see the effort these... I feel like it comes naturally to Link 7s, or naturally to all 3 of these guys. But Coach Crab and Buzz Thunder, they can put in the dedication to streaming this game and practicing it nightly. And, you know, Buzz has that determination to win. And I think Coach just has the desire to learn a game. And Link 7s can just naturally adjust to it. And there's a lot of people in the tournament who could do the same and similar. Fap, Cantaloupe Me, is in the tournament. Enchantress Numbers, Nirm, my guy Nirm, he's a good speedrunner if he put the dedication into it. JSR, Random Effect, they're all good. I've named everybody but like 2 people. And if they want to get insulted, they can get insulted if they want to. See if Coach Crab picks up that one up. He does not. If you can kind of glide to the edge of those razor blades there and pick up that one up. So Buzz is moving on to the trickier stage here. This was like a make or break stage. There's also a casino slot machine in between levels where you can get power-ups and such. Right here, it forces you to get that fork, which forces you to take damage to lose the fork for like the best speed strats there. You can fork skip, though. I've done it a few times in practice. I never was able to pull it off during a run, though. Oh, yeah, I don't mention people who've given up on hosting the tournament that they created, Loud Goat. By the way, where is that guy? Not here. We can definitely say that for sure. But Buzz Thunder's in the stage where it's very tricky. Like, right, taking a hit underneath these spikes there, instant death. Falling into the spikes, instant death. Unless you catch that 1 frame window when you land in the spikes, you can jump from the spikes. And in one of BGT's 8-hour runs, he was able to do that consecutive times while grabbing that one up right there. He just jumped down for it, landed in the spikes, and then jumped before he died. We call that the BGT jump. Try to name one thing in every game after BGT. Coach Crab gets frozen there. He's only really 1 checkpoint behind Buzz at this point. Now 2. And Coach Crab, I believe that was an intentional death. There are certain spots in this game where you can take a quick intentional death just to get your life back. And I'm going to call that one of them. But dying also changes the pattern of stuff as well. You can see in this stage Buzz Thunder is in right now. These popsicles. If you die in this stage, revisiting the stage at the start of the checkpoint changes how all those popsicles spawn. And you kind of think you're doing things wrong. When in fact everything's different. He has plates. Plates are the optimal strategy. Coach Crab's going to have plates as well. Because the boss, the sexy ice cream, is easier done with plates. The hottest video game chick since the Hot Flash. The sexy ice cream. So let's talk about Season 3 of the SHI tournament. I think it was the Summertime Hot Invitational Tournament. Oh, sorry. It was, Summertime Hot Invitational Tournament. Coach Crab was 3-0, making a comeback from his disastrous Wacky Races tournament. Buzz Thunder was 3-0. Link 7 suffered his first group stage loss in this game. He was 2-1. Coach Crab beat Angry Larry, Bent Glass Tube, who forfeited that race, and Dig Shake, who forfeited that race. So Coach Crab won twice on forfeit. Buzz Thunder beat Choke Me I Like It, who forfeited, Link 7's, and Joshy D, who forfeited. And Link 7's beat Choke, who forfeited, lost to Buzz Thunder, and he beat Joshy D, who forfeited. So very few matches here. I think only Coach Crab versus me and Link 7's versus Buzz Thunder were the only 2 matches that were not a forfeit from these people involved in this showcase race. Link 7's is on to the 3rd game now, joining Buzz and Coach Crab. But the problem is they're on the last stage, so he's almost a full game behind at this point. In the final stages of this tournament, Coach Crab defeated Link 7's in the semifinal. Buzz Thunder defeated Bent Glass Tube, who was in the winner's bracket. And then Coach Crab beat Buzz Thunder 14-39 to 15-11 in the finals. Now, I mentioned before that this was the first tournament that we opened up to 8 more people, and we stuck them in the cesspool. We created 2 different divisions, one more elite than the other, and had like a European soccer kind of relegation promotion format. We call them sinkers and floaters. So the losers bracket was Choke Me I Like It and Joshy D. Those guys got relegated to the cesspool. They sunk to the cesspool. They dropped out of the tournament, so we replaced them. But they would have sunk to the cesspool. The cesspool, though, had 2 floaters. And that was Nirm and JSR. Nirm defeated Random Effect, and JSR defeated Puke 7's in the Puke 7, one singular 7, in the final of the floaters bracket. But it also played with our Ultimate Humiliation stream because there was no longer... There were 2 Ultimate Humiliation streams, basically. The upper deck had a Humiliation stream. That was Joshy D. I believe Joshy D lost to Choke Me I Like It in the Humiliation final. So Joshy D had to do a Humiliation stream. He was not the ultimate loser, though. Jackamus Wedge was the ultimate loser. He lost to... I think it was Ryan 7 in the final of that. But yeah, JSR and Nirm ascended, floated their way. Buzz Thunder's on the final boss here. Coach Crab's on the final boss. He has one game to catch up, and he's not going to be that far behind. He's a full fight behind, and that's it. Got to go through this long stretch of cutscenes here. JSR also chiming in with the Tiny Toon sucks. Did you not vote for that game as well? Are you one of those people that only watched the video? We move on to our fourth and last game of the showcase here. This is Yume Penguin Monogatari. This was nominated by JSR, who got his pick for winning the floaters bracket. Buzz Thunder did win this tournament. Jacquemus Wedge was your ultimate loser by default. He had to drop out of the tournament based on computer problems. So we did not have a pure ultimate loser. And it's also, we reconsidered what the ultimate loser stream and matchup will be going forward because of this tournament. Fastest time was Coach Crab 127, 10:26, but in the finals, Coach Crab and Buzz Thunder tied with 10:27. And that forced, they had to do a redo race in which Buzz Thunder suckered Coach Crab into pretending like he wasn't going to practice for the race. Coach agreed. Coach never practiced for the race. And Buzz Thunder beat him handily in the finals. So how did these players do in the bracket stages, though? That's a question I don't know how to find out the answer to. I can look here. Link Sevens was 2-1. Buzz Thunder was 2-1. Coach Crab was 3-0. Coach Crab beat JSR, Dig Shake, and Buzz Thunder. Buzz Thunder's only loss was to Coach Crab, and Link Sevens beat Angry Larry and Bentglass 2, but lost to Nierm? Is that right? I remember that night, because that night was pretty salty for me. I'm going to check this right now. Yeah, Nierm smoked Link Sevens. Nierm went 10:45 to Link Sevens 12:43. And then there was a three-way race to determine who was going to move on. And that was between Link Sevens, Nierm, and Bentglass 2, which top two moved on. And Nierm and Link Sevens defeated BGT. And both of them moved on. In the bracket round, Buzz Thunder beat Nierm, Coach Crab beat Link Sevens in the final. Again, Link Sevens and Buzz Thunder were the only two players to be in the winner's bracket for all 4 games thus far. We had floaters, newcomers to the tournament for that season. V. Resner and Armageddon Time are ascending and floating to the upper deck for Season 5. V. Resner beat Rose City Saint, Armageddon Time beat Random Effects, and Resner beat Armageddon Time in the final of that matchup. But we also had sinkers, and unfortunately those were Dig Shake and Angry Larry. New to the tournament for this season and going forward, we're not doing a humiliation stream anymore for the ultimate loser, but we are going to have like a humiliation stream race instead. That seemed to be pretty fun and well received, where both players who are sinking to the lower level, to the cesspool, instead of playing the game that they suck at one last time in one last race for the tournament, they're going to actually race a blind pick. And Dig Shake and myself had to race Super C. The winner of the tournament got to nominate that game. Buzz Thunder selected Super C, and with a 1-hour time limit, both Dig Shake and I had to see who got the fastest in that game, and it was Dig Shake. So no additional prestige for him winning, other than the fact that he could have possibly gotten a pick. He got extra picks in the drawing for the game nomination, but that didn't go his way in the drawing anyway. So maybe we can put a little bit something online for that going this tournament. I'm happy to hear any suggestions, but keep in mind we don't want to do anything too cumbersome or time related. That's going to extend the off season or have to wait on people and stuff like that. But Yume Penguin, it was received as the least favorite game that we've done. More so that the game was not bad, more than it was just not a fun racing game. There's a lot of places you can get tripped up in this game, and it has the mechanic, if you've been watching, where you shape up. It's a fat shaming game. And you start out fat, and you got to get more fit. And the more fit you get, the quicker you are, the more powerful your attacks are. We got some people speaking up on behalf of this game. I did not know that. I just hear more people vocal about hating this game than hating Panic Restaurant. But either way, the last 2 games have been garbage, and it doesn't look like this next season is going to be any better with everyone complaining about Tiny Toons. But anyway, got the shape up mechanic in this game, and there are places where when you get hit, you get fatter. And if you get fatter, it seems like you can't recover from it. See, Coach Crab is on the BBC, the Big Bad Cloud. Coach Crab loves BBC. He's able to take it down. 2 auto-scrollers in this game kind of sucked a little bit of fun out of it. You can't gain time in them, but you can certainly lose time. If you get knocked around and have to shape up, you lose time during the animation. I mean, that is true, Near. It did reward good play. Panic Restaurant was just like a, you had to still play good because you had low health in that game almost at all time. But yeah, this game can go devastatingly wrong if you play poorly. And my problem with this game is more the fact that I practiced it till I can complete it a few times over, and then had races where I had problems in areas I would normally not have problems in, and I didn't know how to recover from it. So slightly better than Root Canal. It seems like a good review of this game. You should make a YouTube channel and review games in that style. Are you talking about my accent? I'm clearly from North Carolina. I am from New York. Long Island. Finnish accent is actually correct as well. Nobody touches me in Finland. So the hardest boss in the game, as far as time is concerned, is this boss right here. Buzz gets a quick kill on him, though. Yeah, it doesn't seem like... it would have to be a disaster here for Coach Crab to catch up. Coach Crab put himself at a penalty starting 37 minutes late. Buzz would have to take a bath in this level. If you hit the water, you actually go right to maximum health. Not maximum health. What's the reverse of maximum health? You get fat. And then it makes jumping harder. It makes hitting enemies harder. But getting the preferred invincibility there makes that a lot easier. And see if you can get the second one here. He gets the second one, so he's going to sail right to the end of this stage and then be on the Captain Condom fight. See, Coach Crab is done. And one of the trickier fights is this one. You can kind of set it up to get a quick kill almost every time, but there's sometimes you get knocked around. The whole idea is to bounce the barrel off your head and get it to hit the pirate in the back. If it hits him in the front, he'll just catch it, and that's about it. So Link Sevens is making his way through the ice stage of the second to last stage of Wacky Races, while Buzz Thunder is moving on to the last stage of Yume Penguin. Coach Crab goes double invincibility as well. Yeah, there's no recovering from 55 seconds at this point. Because even if this stage goes that bad, Buzz would have to defeat the boss. By the way, if you defeat the boss and you're not technically fit, your meter is not beyond that of the heart. Even if you beat the boss, if the stage ends and you're not fit, you have to redo the whole stage over again. So that could be devastating, but I think it would have to happen. Well, I guess if it does happen once, Coach will be on the stage anyway, so Buzz has to avoid taking hits, has to avoid the apple, and he's, I guess, as the kids say, he's in go mode. He doesn't have to wait, doesn't have to farm any of the shakes. He does get hit. Can't afford to get hit again, though. Let's see if he accidentally gets hit as he kills the boss. And now he grabs a shake, and he's done. That is a 4-game total of 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 59 seconds. Coach Crab just comes in with a done as well. And not to spoil anything, but Coach looks a little bit too far off to do that. I don't know if that was just him reacting to Buzz, or if that was... Am I really that far behind on Coach's stream? Not to be the spoiler or anything, but that is shocking. Yeah, I guess I'm about 40 seconds off on Coach's time. So that's because of Buzz's buffering and me needing to reset him, refresh him. I brought him back to a more consistent time and left Coach Crab in the past. But there you go. I bet these idiots want to talk about themselves, so I guess I'll jump in a gaming channel. And he gets a little reach around there. Coach looks upset. Yeah, I mean, like, anything worth doing, Cashew, is worth doing correct. Worth doing right, you know? Just going ham. I think the kids call that. Buzz is going to go with New Game Plus. Do it the second time around. Coach, you're free to talk about yourself on Discord if you want.
Hello?
Hello.
How's it going, Larry?
Hold on a second. I got to restart Discord. All right, you there?
Yep. I am here.
You
Where's
know,
Buzz?
ever since Twitch did this beta thing and forced everything, I can't get anything to start.
Oh, yeah.
So let me try one more thing here to get Coach on the line.
I'm here. I see that my voice is working.
I can't hear Buzz either.
Well, I'm not talking.
No, I can't.
Oh, no, now I hear
Buzz.
Buzz. Hey, Buzz, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I think I'm having Discord problems, though.
Oh. That happens to everybody, though.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Hey, Coach?
Yep.
All right, I can't hear you. You can hear me, though, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, good. So here's the first question. So we had a little bit of a desync happen, and I apologize for that, because that looks like a hell of a close race if Coach didn't jump the gun on hitting done there. Buzz, your stream just froze up mid Wacky Races.
Yeah, I know. I dropped like 10,000 frames in the middle of Wacky Races.
Yeah, so I had to actually kill your stream and bring it back, but in doing that, I think I brought you back closer to the present time, than Coach's stream was. And Coach, I don't know where I lost time on your stream because I've had you cropped for about 3 hours now since you've been playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And there was a point in time where the race, well, not a point in time, but at the start of the race, everyone starts going. Link did his best "Choke Me, I Like It" impression and took T-Birds right from the start.
Oh, nice.
And had to reset, and it ruined my stick because I had a thing planned for that. Everyone will be selecting Hot Flash, except if you're "Choke Me, I Like It," you'll take the T-Birds, and Link 7 just takes the T-Birds, and that ruined the joke. But then I look, and everyone's on stage 2 before Coach even starts the race. So, Coach, did you start the race as soon as it went go, or did you kind of wait?
I definitely started the race right when it said go.
All right. So somewhere.
Not sure why you had some delay problems.
Yeah, that was probably from keeping your stream up for so long that in that that 30-minute window you might have buffered a little bit or whatever, and I just kind of got a little bit delayed on your stream because it looked like you started very late, and with that late start, though, you did take the lead at one point in Rollergames when Buzz, you died in stage 2? Stage 4 maybe? Stage 4.
Stage 4, yeah, I died in 4. It was a bad death too.
But then I died twice at the cliffs.
Yeah, Buzz did his normal take the rockers, just make it through there safe, and then do the next stage.
I knew I should have taken T-Birds on the cliffs. I was debating it, and then at the last minute, I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Not a smart decision.
By the way, Link 7's is just starting Yume Penguin right now. So he had a disaster in Rollergames. His BGT 3-2 was terrible. And then he had
3-2.
Yeah, I think he took 3 deaths to Cliffs of Insanity with Hot Flash, and then he died several times over, even at the boss at 5-2, and then several times in 6-2.
Oh wow!
He had a really bad Rollergames to the point where he was done. He was a full game behind at the end of Wacky races.
Well, I felt like I was done after dying twice in the cliffs. That was it for me, really. I also died once in Wacky races. That was bad.
Now, that was a stage where you died once during the tournament as well, right? Right at the end of that stage?
I died several times in that game during the tournament.
Yeah, I don't remember which game it was because it must have been the game where you lost to me, but I don't think you lost to me because of dying there. But you also lost to Joshy D and Buzz. Maybe during your race against Buzz you died there. But I remember a race where you kind of maybe it was the race you against Choke in the semifinals of the loser bracket. But I remember a death on that stage near the end of the stage that kind of cost you time in the race. But
I'm pretty sure I died several times against Choke in that second to the last time I had to play that game.
Buzz, do you remember when Choke died on the final boss?
Yeah, I definitely remember that.
All right, so I'll give you.
That was insane.
All right, so Buzz, first with you, what
was the race?
What was your favorite part of this medley?
My favorite part of this?
Yeah. Something you did well, something maybe you did better than the tournament, so, whatever, something positive from
I guess getting the cliffs because really I didn't practice. I didn't go back and really do anything. So for Rollergames, I had on my dinner break tonight, I had about 5 minutes that I practiced the cliffs, and that's about it. So I don't know. I'm blown away at the fact that I won and that it was as close as it was because I know that Coach did a couple runs of this. I thought he had it for sure, especially when I died in 4. But I don't know. I was just happy to get through everything. It was okay. I can't say one moment really. Well, no, I got the. Wait, didn't I get a? No, I got a 3 cycle on the last boss, so never mind.
So it was a 16-second difference here, and apologies for the stream. I mean, I wasn't capturing from multi-twitch. I was capturing from the more reliable of the sources, but as time elapses, things do get out of sync, and that's what happened. Coach Crab did start on time, and he was a lot closer than the video showed at the end, even though the video showed he was pretty close. I believe Buzz was done with the final boss when Coach was just getting to the final boss. Coach, did you do? I know you practiced Wacky Races a lot just before. Not a lot, but you did a run through beforehand.
I actually did 2 run-throughs of the entire thing. One like on over the weekend, and then another one on Monday, I believe it was.
Did you time it?
Yeah, I did. I got a 126 the first time, but the first time was weird. I had to play Panic Restaurant twice because right as I got to O-Dove, the game froze. So I went back and just had to replay Panic Restaurant.
So that's that's like a 16
I got like 10. I got something very close to what Buzz just got. It was a 106 something. I was hoping for a 65 minutes. I knew that would be an excellent run if we got 65 minutes. That's what I was really hoping for.
Buzz, do you have any favorite tournament moments? Whether they happened to you or whether they happened when you were watching something, maybe in chat or anything?
Well, I mean, it's fresh in memory because you just mentioned it, but yeah, the choke versus dig shake race that nobody saw except for me.
Yeah, I mentioned the fact I did bring that up during the chat. I gave a whole history on race each season as we progressed through the games, and I did mention the fact that my stream went down, my internet went, my ISP did maintenance that night, and nobody saw it. But when I started splicing it together, it was only game audio right until Dig Shake joined Discord, and the first thing you hear is you just going "Wow." And then I had to end the stream there. I had to end the stream there because there was no better, with no voiceover or anything, and that's the only thing you say right at the end. I'm like, that just summed up everything that happened in this race. So that's where I left the restream when I cropped them together. Coach, do you have a good memory?
I remember a really fun post-game show during Wacky Races with, I believe it was BGT, Joshy D, and me. I mean, they were giving me a real hard time about, winning roller games. And then it was right after my race at Choke, so I'm pretty sure it was. And it was just really fun conversation. I hope that it's saved in your videos that you put up on YouTube. I'd like to watch that again sometime. It was really fun.
Yeah, and might I recommend the 3-player 0-3 race of the Zelda 2 randomizer tournament, where Dig Shake was a little bit off the wagon, whatever it was. I recommend that one that people watch as well. That's a fun time. That, and also the Martin versus Anti World Championship of the World of Sweden one-off race.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. There was a rematch of that recently.
Yeah, I had to sign up for that one. The Old Keys tournament, but this was a boss rush randomizer race. Those are my 3 favorite videos. Well, those are my 2 favorite videos. I don't know about the one Coach is talking about because with Bent Glass Tube, Joshy D, and Coach on mic. I don't know if I'm really. Buzz, are you really watching that? I'm not watching that. I'm not listening to that.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know.
I probably left it intact because I leave everything intact. That's just the way I am.
It might not have been fun for anybody else, but I had fun with it.
I mean,
that's all that matters.
Yeah, there was a post race I think the 3 of us did maybe with BGT as well. That was pretty funny. It was just random as hell, but nonsensical in the way that this tournament deserves to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
there's also the classic time of when you convinced me that you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, I don't think that was.
You don't think that was what?
I mean, I think we actually could never hear you. That's not like a thing. That's like actually trying to figure out technical problems.
Facts aren't things. That actually happened.
Yeah, that's not a what do they call it on the internet when it's they call it a meme or something.
A thing. I think they call it a thing. I don't know what they call it, but
they call it a thing. All right.
Yeah. How about that one time BGT did restream and I just wouldn't stop talking, and then I kept making Joshy D talk more, and like my whole goal was just to see how long we could make that episode.
I thought you did that every time, Larry. You were just like, I mean, I've did that a couple times in post game interviews where I was like, people are trying to wrap it up. I was like, well, I think I'm just gonna like, try to change the subject and ask another question or something, and then people just keep going.
I listened to a Dragon Warrior randomizer tournament race one time, and somebody's really trying hard to wrap it up, and then the person just keeps wanting to talk about themselves. They're just like, oh, another thing I did after the person already thanked everybody for restreaming and doing the race. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. There was a spot in minute number 3 where I miscalculated. It's like, all right, great. Oh, you'll appreciate this one. So last night I did a Link to the Past randomizer triangle hunt where we did the key sanity stuff where the keys are all messed up. They're in the overworld. They're in palaces for other palaces. Like it's pretty cool. I do like it. It works well with the Triforce hunt. So it was enjoyable. At least for that seed it was. We didn't get one that really gated us. So, but beforehand, and you may know who I'm talking about, and I'm not going to name names. Somebody gave like a soliloquy of the last race they did, and it was like 17,000 words of explanation about their prior race. Everything from the frame they hit start on to like the frame they were on when they bomb jumped, and BGT can clarify in chat. It was like he was one of those guys who just analyzed every single thing he did and then told everybody about it.
And that was in your chat?
It was in IRC. It was in the race channel.
Okay. Yeah, I know exactly who that is.
Yeah. And it would be like, hey, I remember this guy.
Yeah.
BGT,
yeah, I do too.
Yeah, BGT has the same, like, me and BGT play that game, like, casually, but we had no clue what he was even talking about. It's like, it's like he's playing a different game than we are. It's like, I don't understand. Can't you just walk around and get items? Can you just, like, play the game?
Yeah, I think he, I don't know.
I mean, it's probably why he's one of the
smart.
best. Yeah.
I was going to say, he's a smart guy, so he kind of understands everything that's going on, where I don't think about that. I'm just like, okay, I got that. Okay, let's go do this.
I'm just concerned about beating BGT so I can host him and watch the remaining 75% of his run.
I don't know if you have to worry about that, though, right?
Well, I mean, I got to beat it before he quits, so then I get into chat and he gets a little bit of a guilt on his conscience about quitting. Not at me and my lit chatters in his chat.
You just got to pay somebody else to run for you.
Yeah.
Like hire a guy to hire a stand-in, and then you can go in his stream.
A controller hand model.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, no, stand-in was actually a reference to season 5, where Mickey's heightening.
Oh yeah, that's right. They brought in the other guy.
Yep.
You heightening? BGT probably puts lifts in his shoes. I bet. Coach, you there? Coach dropped out? What the hell, man?
Oh, really?
Yeah, why would he drop out of chat? I still had questions for him. Maybe he just didn't like not being talked to.
I don't know. Can't get a word in edgewise around here.
Well,
hey, look at that.
His stream went down and he left IRC as well, so he just rage quit everything. Whatever we said, we made. I guess we upset him. But Link 7's is done with time of 1:23:56.
Not bad. It's a solid time. I wanted to get everybody to do this. I mean, I know that's an impossibility.
Yeah, that was going to be impossible.
I don't know why anybody would agree to do this in the first place, but
I think the 3 people who would do it did do it.
Yeah, well, exactly.
And I think that's
safe to say.
No, I think that just definitely made for a better time. So everyone else except for that one guy who cared at once upon a time could just sit back and reflect and watch it and have some fun for a night,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey guys.
What is that? I hear myself. Echo. Today. I consider myself. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can mute you or something.
That's like distorted feedback. I like that, though. That's one small step for man.
Yeah. I think I was doing Lou Gehrig.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just thinking of the most digitized soundbite I can think of.
Yeah, he was the 4th person
Armstrong.
on the moon.
Lou Gehrig was?
Yeah.
He just hit a ball to the moon.
Saw Mickey Mantle at Dingy Donuts one time. It's like, whoop!
He's smacking the table.
All right, I wonder if that's gonna
wait,
up the echo.
I don't think it did.
I don't think it did.
Okay.
That's one small step for man.
Yeah. I can switch to my other microphone. I was going to try it from my phone, but apparently that's not going to work.
All right. All right.
Is it Mickey Mantle who's in Dinky Donuts?
I think it's Mickey Mantle in Dinky Donuts, right? Yeah.
Well, because he punched Mickey Mantle in the mouth when he went away to fantasy camp.
Oh, Joe DiMaggio. It was Joe DiMaggio in
Yeah.
Dinky Donuts. Yeah,
Okay,
you're right.
Yeah, that's what I was like trying to think. Did they bring back the same guy or did they go to somebody else?
No, it was he saw Joe DiMaggio, and that's when they mentioned the Mr. Coffee thing. Mr. Coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm thinking like, yeah, with your like New York baseball knowledge, like that scene where he's talking about the fantasy camp is probably like one of the better moments in all of Seinfeld for somebody who has appreciation for New York baseball.
I think Jerry
Definitely.
Seinfeld's a Met fan, but they did way more Yankee stuff than Met stuff. Although they did Keith Hernandez, Ron Darling, and then they did the subway scene with the naked guy, where they were talking about the Mets. But their pitching's horrible.
Yeah.
But you got like their chances. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does seem like they're talking about the Yankees all the time. Again, that's where George gets the job and all that. But
And Steinbrenner, big George smells some
yeah.
calzones. George is in the building.
Yeah, man, good Larry David. Man, if you know once you learn Larry David's voice, and because again, I'm sure I already mentioned this that I'm watching back through the entire series. I'm on season 5 right now, but like there's so many times where it's just like a random yell in the background or something that you wouldn't think
Yeah.
about.
It's
Larry
him.
David is just like so ingrained in that show.
All
Yeah.
right, that should be better, I think.
I can't hear Coach though.
I think Coach is too busy crying right now.
Yeah, he rates quick. Coach, join us again, man. I had questions for you, and you left. But Link, what happened there in Rollergames? Let's talk about that first.
Well, so a bunch of things happened in Rollergames, as you saw. Yeah, just like a few of the sort of like real critical like gotcha points for like a blind run I didn't really remember the strat for, so
Yeah, it seemed like you had plenty of problems.
there were like a couple boss fights that I didn't remember the strat for, and I failed the cliffs a couple times. So
Yeah, I think you died to the boss in 3, 5, and then you had trouble getting to the boss in 3 and 5 as well with the cliffs, the rafts, and then in 3 BG 3.2 dash 2 messed you up a little bit as well.
yeah, I actually didn't miss any rafts, but I died to that boss once, so that was kind of dumb.
Well, you did jump. You did do the Joshy D diagonal jump off of the ledge one time.
Yeah, I did jump off the ledge a couple times.
Yeah. But yeah, anything? What did you play? Did you? What's the correct term that I want to say? How'd you do with the other games compared to how you thought you were going to do, or blind and stuff?
I think the other games, like, I don't think any of them really have as many like really wonky spots that like lose you huge amounts of time the same way Rollergames does. So
Probably
I feel like
Yume
I
water
was
stage.
just steady progress. I made mistakes and had some deaths here and there, but
Yume in the water stages, or the stages where you can get knocked in the water, are probably the only real. The wacky races you can die, but you're quickly recovering from them. And Panic Restaurant, same thing.
Panic Restaurant's kind of similar. I actually the water I jumped in the water in Yume Penguin, and I've done it enough times that my recovery strat, I think I only lose like 45, 50 seconds. So it's actually not awful.
Yeah, you had to make those jumps on the octopus, the fat
Yeah,
way.
yeah. If you keep falling in the water, it snowballs a little more. But
Coach just sent the message. He said, "Screw all of you guys." I don't know what that means, but seriously salty. He sounds very
I
bitter.
think he's referring to an ISP or something.
Yeah, he posted in the tournament Discord.
I can't believe he said that.
Why would he say that?
I don't know.
Coach, you there?
Coach is
Hey, guys.
like he's
I don't
quickly
know what's
becoming
going on, but my
There you
internet
are.
just completely kicked out for about 5 minutes. I don't know.
Well, I noticed you
Having-
disappeared from everything, so I figured it
I'm
was a
having
problem.
a Buzz Thunder type of internet moment
Wow.
or something.
Wow. What do you say about that? How do you react to that, Buzz?
I don't think that's funny.
Link, do you have any favorite moments of the first 4 seasons of the tournament?
Favorite moments?
Maybe something funny, something good raise, something maybe you've done well,
Um,
something some idiot in chat one time maybe said. Those morons.
yeah, specifics. I mean, like being at least in a couple finals. I haven't won one yet, but being in a couple finals, I think is good. And then staying afloat always, with these last couple rounds has been good, I think.
You and Buzz are the only two who have been in the winners bracket every single season. And in fact, you set the record. I guess it's the only person who can have the record, but you're the person who went the longest without a group stage loss. You were 3-0 in both season 1 and season 2, and then you lost somewhere down the line in season 3 in Panic Restaurant. Yeah, the Buzz, I think. In
Makes sense.
Group play, yeah. So you two, and Coach Crab had to correct me because I thought you 3 were the only 3 to go in, but Coach Crab reminded me of his Wacky Races disaster, and yeah. So you 2 are the only ones to do the finals. In fact, you 3 make up the finals of every single season.
Right.
Yep, that's right.
Wow.
So what's it like to have no life? Just whoever wants to answer first can answer.
My question is how did you guys practice these for this race?
I did. I actually did 2 run. I did a run on like Saturday and then another one on Monday.
Okay.
I had I did the Cliffs of Insanity for like 5 minutes on my dinner break tonight,
I see.
but that's all.
I was practicing our season 5 game, Tiny Toon Adventures.
That game is brutal, man.
Yeah, I haven't started practicing that game yet. I guess that's what I'm going to start doing tomorrow.
Does anybody have an early time to beat?
I have like 1 hour with save states.
I had like an hour and change as like a dreadful D-Rust run.
So if
But
you guys
if I look back at my splits, I have a PB of 2046 from
Solid.
like a year and a half ago or whatever when we ran it in Big 20.
So for the lesser accomplished runners, like we're not going to name names, but people like BGT and Alan Heffley, we're going to have to invoke the time limit rule that we put in place in season 1 that says if nobody beats the game by an hour, we go by the whoever hits the furthest checkpoint first?
I think that will probably need to be a rule because if everybody practices, then no. But I sort of doubt everybody's going to practice. So, yes.
Yeah.
We're kind of like going back to this is like full circle this game because I believe the other games have been simple. Nobody had to really practice a lot. But this one seems like it's even more difficult than Rollergames, and we had those hour-long races when it all started out, and I think we're going to go back to that this season.
I think it's somewhat more forgiving in that the little like sections of stages are probably shorter than what the Rollergames stages are, and there are infinite continues, but you have either a 1 or 2 hit death basically.
So is this another 6-stage Konami game that we're playing?
Yep, 6 stages.
It's the 3rd one, isn't it?
Well, Yume is Konami, and so is Rollergames, and
yeah, all of them. Yeah, 6 stages.
They had a formula and they stuck to it, apparently.
We have a type.
We definitely have a type.
So somebody asked in chat, they said, do we only pick platformers? And I said no. I mentioned that Super Dodgeball was nominated and other games were nominated. It just seems like it gravitates towards platformers because people try to balance the good game versus platformer versus game that would be fun to race kind of mechanic. And, it just turns out that platformers always win out. But, we definitely don't favor platformers, but there's enough of them to where I guess it kind of skews the nomination.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of another one like you said that would be good for it, but like it's kind of, as far as racing goes, the different formats kind of go out the window.
Monopoly.
Well, yeah, let's race Monopoly.
But yeah.
Where's Waldo?
Looking at the list of choices we had, I don't think there was one game that stands out as like extremely easy compared to the others. So
no, everything was in the 10 to 19 minute range, or varying by practice, pretty much. So this would definitely, if your PB is roughly 20 minutes or so, and everyone's having an hour practice with save states. I mean, listen, Rollergames, like Buzz said, it did come full circle. Rollergames, we started chopping time down at the end of that first week, where it was like we just beat the game, and then it was like sub half hour, and then sub 20 minutes, and it went from there. But yeah, every other game has just been like, all right, just play through it casually, and you already have a 20-minute time.
Yeah, they definitely have gotten shorter as we've gone on, but I think this one is going to get a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that BGT versus the Alan Heffley matchup.
One nice thing I think about Tiny Toons is there aren't really any auto scrollers. Maybe you'd count the Elmira levels, but not really, probably.
No, yeah, I really think it's a good game. Like, the physics are good.
The momentum is the thing that's going to be difficult for people to practice and get down.
Yeah, all the slide jumps that you have to do are pretty tricky.
Yeah.
But all right, I thank the three of you for coming up with this idea and putting it together. It was a lot of fun to restream. I enjoyed making the layouts for it. I hope everybody enjoyed watching it, or you guys, if you watch it back, enjoy watching it.
Yeah,
but,
thanks for the restream.
Yeah, should we expect
I'll definitely check out the restream, if not later tonight, tomorrow.
Should we expect a 5-game medley sometime in January?
Depends on how good this game goes for me. Tiny Toons.
All right, guys. Good luck in season number 5.
You too.
All right, thanks, Larry.
All right, thanks, Larry.
All right, have a good one. All right, guys. That was the SHIT 4 seasons and a showcase race. That's featured the 4 games we played in the 4 seasons we've run so far. Rollergames, Wacky Races, Panic Restaurant, and Yume Penguin. You see a little bit of a sneak preview on Link's side of things in the upper right-hand window. This is the game we are running for season number 5, and that does start Sunday or Monday. Not specifically, but races will start to be scheduled Sunday or Monday, and it is Tiny Toons Adventures there. And we hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I enjoyed myself tonight. And look for season number 5 coming soon. And I'll see you guys later.